Thank you so much for speaking to us. First, your reaction to the latest statements.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you with us. Just first, your reaction, please, to the latest statements from Iran that European armies are, quote, terrorist groups. How would you respond to that?
It's obviously absurd, but it's mainly a propaganda move. As your colleague said, it doesn't really have any practical implications. So I don't think this will in any way change our position. I'm very happy to see the EU united, expressing solidarity with the Iranian people. It's quite clear the actions by the Iranian regime cannot go unanswered.
The European Union just last Thursday putting the Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organisation. What impact will this have, do you think?
Well, first, it's a travel ban for the whole organization. So whoever is associated with the organization cannot come to Europe. Most importantly, it's also an asset freeze. So whatever money any of the people have in Europe or other jurisdictions, those assets will be frozen. But again, and I agree with your colleague, this is largely a symbolic action. We're sending a signal to the Iranian regime that this was too much, and simply speaking, the government cannot attack its own people.
And how would you feel about a US-led military intervention in Iran if no deal is struck, if the diplomatic efforts do not work?
Well, I think all of us are hoping for de-escalation. So we're looking at the US efforts right now with hope that this will lead to a sensible agreement. And from what I've seen, President Trump has announced that the negotiations are promising. So I'm hoping that we'll see that there is a kind of an agreement that is beneficial for Europe and that is beneficial for the US and for world peace, because that's really what's at stake here.
And what about Ukraine? The talks to end the war have made little progress. They'll resume, of course, this Wednesday in Abu Dhabi. Any hope or faith in these talks?
Well, we're looking at those talks with great interest, and we're really hoping that the US will be able to convince Russia to be more creative in those discussions, I would say. Russia is not negotiating with a goodwill right now. So what we see is that they're trying to prolong the discussion, whereas we strongly believe that Ukraine made a significant effort to find a solution, to find an end to this war. So the question right now is whether Russia wants to end the war or not. Our understanding of the situation is that, unfortunately, they want to continue it. And we've seen this over the last couple of days with Russia targeting civilian infrastructure in Kiev, with the freezing temperatures around -20 in Kiev. We've seen Russia targeting heat generation, electricity generation. This is very concerning.
But it's the issue, of course, of the territories, right? I mean, that is the sticking point. How will they resolve that issue over territory, over the Donetsk region?
Well, it's Donetsk, it's Donbass, and obviously this will be a very difficult conversation for Ukraine, and it's really up to the Ukrainian people, up to the Ukrainian government to decide what kind of concessions, if any, are they willing to make. So I don't think it's really up to us to say that Ukraine should do this or that. Instead, I think we should be saying that Russia, as the aggressor, should be doing this or that. So we are aware that those discussions will be difficult, but really we need to put pressure on Russia, not Ukraine.
And you mentioned, of course, the freezing temperatures in Ukraine. What is Poland doing to help its neighbour here?
Well, actually, I'm quite happy with the reaction of the Polish people, and I wanted to thank them for that. There's really been quite a movement, some charitable collections to collect money for heat and electricity generators. I think around 2,000 already went from Poland to Ukraine, and obviously the Polish government is also sending the equipment as well. So we've seen Polish people being in solidarity with the Ukrainian people. I'm very happy to see that. We are all tired with the war, that's quite clear. But at the same time, I'm very happy to see that Polish people absolutely understand who do we need to help right now.
And President Zelensky has said he hopes to join the European Union by 2027. Do you think that's feasible or doable?
Well, the accession process is quite lengthy, so I think this would be very difficult to see Ukraine joining the EU by 2027. But I think we are all ambitious. EU has repeatedly said that the future of Ukraine is in the EU, and this date, this agreement to see Ukraine in the EU will be part, hopefully, of the peace agreement. So I wouldn't really concentrate that much on a date. I'd concentrate more on the fact of Ukraine joining the EU.
Okay.
But even if it's not 2027, I think it could be soon.
Okay, State Secretary, thank you so much for joining us live this morning from the French capital.